This video is of a 7-day trip I did to the Okanagan and Kamloops region in June 2022. Over the 7 days I was there, I fished 9 different lakes with success rates as low as 0 and as high as 30 to 40 fish days. I fished 5 of the days mostly in the Okanagan area with my brother Jason, other family and friends, and the 2 days around the Kamloops area with my friend Rick Bonner. Over the 7 days we fought wind and rain, but at least no snow. All the lakes we fished except a couple are well-known lakes, so I named them. There's a few that aren't as well-known, so I don't, and I hope everyone is good with that. We all arrived from various places right around 6 p.m. on June 2nd. There were 5 of us, my brother Jason and his son and my nephew Ryan, and longtime friend Scott Bowen and his brother Chris. We spent the next couple of hours setting up a good camp and getting ready to go fishing the next morning. It's about a 15-minute quad ride to the edge of the cut block and then about a 100-meter walk. You can also walk the whole thing and it takes about 30 minutes. Well, I'm doing the final couple 100 yards to the lake. Scott and Chris are ahead cutting out a trail. We just had to cut a huge spruce tree to get the quads in here. And I see the lake. Here we are at the lake. I'm not gonna lie, this was such a spectacular day of fishing that I never got much on film of anything except me catching fish. In fact, I paddled over to this spot here, anchored my float tube, and stayed there for the next 7 hours. No food, no pee breaks. That's how good it was. I had my first fish on before all the boys had even made it out onto the water. That's not always a great sign, but today it ended up being a really good sign. Yeah. All right. Another beautiful fish. Look at that. Man. I got 2 on. In BC, when you're fishing alone, you can fish 2 rods. And while that sounds good, it often ends up as a complete clusterfuck. It's not like they're small fish either. My arms are tired. Where's this one? This is like a recipe for disaster. Oh, I think that one just got off. I hope it didn't break it. It seems like it did. This is the second fish. No, the first of my double header. The other one busted me off. Like 15 inches. There's a bit of everything today for weather. Well, the weather wasn't great all day, but the fishing certainly was. He's a really nice fish. Maybe I caught him once already because he's not fighting very hard. It's miserable. Fish are biting. That's one of my bigger ones. Look at how long this thing is. Just another pretty panache. We stopped fishing at around 4:30 and started packing up for the walk back to the quads. Howdy. Good day fishing?
Hey, yeah, awesome day fishing.
Couldn't be any better.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the little lug there. Oh cow. This is the worst part about float tubing.
Yeah.
Here we are on day 2 of our trip.
I'm putting on my belt so that I don't get filled up with rain.
Exactly. There's flood warnings everywhere. And we're going fishing.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe? Yeah. Jason and I didn't want to go, but Ryan really wants to, so. Well, it eventually stopped raining around noon, and we decided to go out and give Lac Lake a try. I'm gonna say we fished it about 3 or 4 hours, and between the 4 of us didn't catch a thing, which was a bit frustrating as you could see lots of fish in the shallow water. Just couldn't get them to take anything we were offering. On our 3rd day of fishing, we went to Vincent Lake. This is a catch and release lake with no boat ramp, which can somewhat limit what type of watercraft we can fish from. On this day, besides me, Jason, Ryan, Scott, and Chris, we also had Tony join us. There's a lot of shoal on Vincent, so success can be more about fishing at the right depth rather than in a certain spot. Today they were pretty deep, 18 to 20 feet, which is a lot of leader to cast in the wind. You can't turn it upside down. Hey! First trip or first fish for me and Vincent this year. that. We tried different areas around the lake, but we were pretty much catching fish everywhere as long as we were at the right depth. We were fishing size 16 chrominants and bobbers were going down most of the day. Nice fish. That's like a skinny but long, hey? Certainly a downside to fishing long leaders is when your indicator doesn't pop. It can be a bit of a gong show. So overall it was a really good day of fishing on a lake that sometimes can be pretty finicky. We battled the wind most of the day, but we didn't have any rain. And between the three of us, we also probably caught over 30 fish. So yeah, real fun day with friends and family. End of the day. Day 4 was the last day for Scott, Chris, and Ryan. So everyone decided to head back to our day 1 lake, where good fishing was more of a sure thing. One thing Jason and I decided to do this day was actually keep track of how many fish we caught. Usually everyone loses count after about 7 or 8 fish. And this was like really good fishing, so I was interested in knowing how many fish you could really catch when the bobber's going down all day. Maybe not as many as you think. So here's some highlights from 7 hours of unbelievably good fishing. How many fish do you think we each caught by the end of the day? So this is a bit of a rarity here. I got a double header and filmed both bobbers going down and landed both fish. Watch the bobber on the top right. It's down for 5 seconds before I even notice it. I'm on 2 rods now. Oh yeah, 2 in the net. This one is about 16 and skinny. And this one is about 18 and a little fatter. Here's some more even rare video. You see my bobber going down from Jason's camera. That's how good the fishing was. So how many did you end up with?
I'm at 20.
20? I'm at 33. But I think I'm gonna call it. Seeing more people here than we have total in the last 4 days.
Yeah, looks like we're maybe the fifth boat.
Yeah, something like that. Well, it was pretty sunny when we started out. It wasn't long before the weather changed and we got rain and even a little bit of snow. We're close to Paradise Lake, right? But so it's not another day in paradise. First fish on. Hopefully it's big enough to pump. Oh, it's nice. It's chunky. It's like 15 inches at least. At least 16 for sure. That's a beauty. That's got to be 17, 16. Sure. He is
19.
19. Ah! Whew. Told ya.
Just about comes to the end of the net.
I knew it was nice. Right on. Well, we fished until about 3 p.m. with no other bites. So we decided to pack up and try another little lake that we'd driven by before, but we'd never fished. And I think it ended up being a pretty good move. Here we are at the lake. It's about 6 o'clock. Second lake of the day. Got to be better than the first one.
Aaron has a fish on. Pretty decent.
Rainbow. Bob doesn't really want to catch one fish today.
Well, here, give me the net. Hopefully we can.
Oh, 14?
Yeah, that's 14 inches.
14?
Yeah.
I think we landed 5 fish and lost a few more in the 2 or 3 hours that we fished there. But you know, it's always a little bit more fun and a little bit more satisfying to catch fish from a lake that you've never fished before. Somehow it makes you seem like you might know what you're doing. Rainbow. First tanker at Lac Le Jeune, Lac Le Jeune, Lac Le
Jeune, as in
Jeune.
French, as in yellow.
Oh, okay, Lac Le Jeune. First cast, first fish. Sometimes that's a good sign.
I'm a minute 52 into this fight.
Yeah.
12-inch fish is schooling you.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, first fish.
Relax.
Yeah, I think he is 12 inches. Fat 12 inches. I'm not sure why this happens so much, but often when you catch a fish on your first cast, the fishing ends up not being very good. Just kind of counterintuitive. That happened to me a bunch of times this year, and that's what happened to us on this day. I mean, we caught a few fish, but it was pretty slow. Oh, he's chunky. Holy cow. What a difference, eh? Just trolling back into the day. I think we're the last ones on the lake. I caught 4. What did you catch? 1. 5. After Lac Le Jeune, Jason headed home and I met my buddy Rick in Kamloops for another couple days of fishing. We were going to Tonquah in the morning, but when we got there it was like gale force winds. So we called an audible and we ended up at Pascal Lake. The wind was only marginally better and the fishing sucked. This sums up our day on Pascal. I'm filming. We fished there until about 3 and then decided to go to Jackal Lake and see if we'd have any better luck there. Second lay of the day. Jacko. Feels pretty much as windy. We arrived just as most folks were leaving. We ended up fishing in this long bay in 5 to 7 feet of water, mostly because it was the only place that we could shelter from the wind. We actually ended up doing pretty good there. Had a lot of action. Yeah, when your buddy says we can take his net, maybe have a look at it first. Oh, that's gotta be 12 inches. Big fish of the day. Jackal Lake. Yep. Fishing has been really good, but the fish aren't really big. But they're bigger than Pascal. That one that broke me off was nice because I saw it jump. We ended up landing around 10 fish that night. Some of them, 17, 18 inches. So moving to a different lake was definitely worth it. Okay. I would have had him with my net. Good job. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's a good eat. Beautiful. Isn't that a nice fish? Oh, okay. The battery died in a windstorm. The last day of the trip was spent at Phillips Lake. We got to the boat launch at about 9 a.m. and there was already at least 20 boats on the lake and a wait for the boat launch. This was definitely the most crowded lake I've ever fished. What a beautiful spot. First casts, Phillips Lake. So far the weather is nice. One thing we found out about this lake is that it's really hard to get to shore because the entire lake, except for the boat launch area, is ringed with lily pads. We fished the whole day with no pee breaks. The other thing we noticed is by about 1 o'clock, the majority of the boats had left. I'd like to say the fishing was great, but we only managed to catch 3 fish all day, and this was the last one.
Aaron has another fish.
That's the black on black.
Fourth today, and I haven't got anything yet.
You're allowed to complain about that.
Oh, that's not a bad fish.
No, it's not a bad fish at all. I think. It's on there. Lots of nice fish though.
Yeah, it's dandy.
You should see the fish I lost. They jumped out of the water.
All right.
Yeah.
Fish. Yep.
That was the end of 8 straight days of fishing on 9 different lakes. We had some good days, some not so good days, and some great days. But overall, it was an awesome trip into the southern interior of BC for some amazing stillwater fishing. And I'll be back down there in 4 more months, and I can hardly wait.